So this is my first video that I'm going to post. I'm going to show you how to make shoyu ramen broth. You see there? Shoyu ramen.
Man, you corny!
Alright, you want to get yourself some green onions. You get some celery, make sure you chop that up. You also get some carrots, chop that up. Get some sweet onions, you can chop that up as well. A bulb of garlic. And finally some ginger. Next you get 2 gallons of water. I have 2 pounds of beef neck bones I like to use. They have a lot of fat and meat on there, so it's perfect to use to make beef broth. So about 20-30 minutes or so, you have this. Oh! Don't worry guys, this is all normal. Pretty much you just have to skim the scum off. There's also a technique where you can boil it, then drain the whole thing and put the bones back in and add water again. But I don't want to lose none of that meat flavor. Once the water starts boiling, you add all the chopped veggies in there. So you go ahead and put that thing on the simmer for 6 hours. Alright, now this bad boy right here is called baked baking soda. Pretty much you bake the baking soda at 275 for 1 hour on a sheet tray and stir occasionally. Now this dough recipe is calling for 200 milliliters of room temperature water, 2 tablespoons of baked baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Now what you want to do is dissolve this mixture. I have this little spatula right here. Look at the little cute spatula I got from Christmas. It was a great gift. Now next step, get a big bowl and add 3 cups of all-purpose flour. There are other recipes you can use pastry flour or bread flour, but I use all-purpose flour for this recipe. I use these chopsticks to mix up the ingredients because I think it's easier rather than the big spoon. So now you're looking for a yellow pigment, and if you do see it, then congratulations, you're moving in the right direction. And what you want to do, you want to slowly add in increments of the water. This process takes time, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward for you guys. And there you have it. You're looking for a hard, dense dough. So do you see how flaky it is, but not really? It's still binding together. It's perfectly fine. You just have to knead it for the remaining 5 minutes. So after you're done kneading, you just put it in a Ziploc bag and just make sure you get all the air out and just store it in the fridge for 20 minutes to rest. Now one of my favorite ingredients besides the noodles is the egg. Once the water starts to boil, gently add the eggs. I'm a soft boil kind of guy, so I'll cook mine for 6 minutes. If you guys don't know how to boil an egg, here's a chart for it to help you out. When the eggs finish boiling, make sure you add it to a really ice cold bath. Here's my 6-minute egg. As you can see, the rim yolk is slightly cooked, and the middle is still a little yolky and soft. Since I cut this one, I'm going to go ahead and eat this one. Enjoy! Now the purpose of the ice cold bath, it helps the eggs peel a lot easier. Now the next step is adding all the eggs into a Ziploc bag. Put about a half cup of soy sauce and let it marinate for overnight. Be sure to rotate it from time to time and make sure it's coated about every 2 hours or so. Now finally, after 6 hours of waiting, you have this beef broth. And I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to record of me adding the shoyu soy sauce to the... Yeah, I know, I'm pretty lame. But pretty much you just add 1/4 of shoyu soy sauce in the last hour of the 6. So I just didn't show you nothing at all. My bad. Now what I'm doing is straining it through a mesh. There are techniques where you can use a cheesecloth, but cheesecloth, you pretty much get rid of the fat when you do so. I think fat is good, so I just don't do it. I like to use 2 different kinds of protein, pork belly and bone-in chicken thighs. So I'm going to demonstrate the bone-in chicken thighs. Later I can show you the pork belly. Now the seasoning I like to use is paprika, red chili powder, ground cloves, garlic powder, onion powder, and salt and pepper. And a half a cup of teriyaki. I like to use this on the pork belly as well. Now all I gotta do is just mix and marinate it overnight. Now on back to the dough. As you can see, it's really relaxed, it's really soft, and now it's pliable so you can use it through a pasta maker. Just future reference, if you guys plan on making it for people, it's about 25 ounces. I usually make about 5 ounces per order, so it's about 5 orders per recipe. I mean, unless you want to do like 8 ounces per order, then you're just being greedy. I portioned most of them already, so here's a demonstration of me rolling out a 5-ounce portion. Now what you're trying to go for is go thin as possible. Try to roll a 1/4 inch thin possible. I call it thin because it's not thick. Just try to do it thin as possible so you can run it through the pasta machine. I bought this pasta machine that also has an attachment to cut the noodles. Now what you want to do is start from dial 7, the highest dial. So pretty much you want to take your time feeding the dough through the machine, working your way from 7 all the way down to 3. Sometimes I like to do it twice in each dial just to make sure it's consistent. Everyone should have a pasta maker. One day I should make raviolis. I know that's very irrelevant to the video, but whatever. Now what you want to do is just dust some cornstarch on the flat sheet so it won't stick to the machine when you cut it through the noodle maker. In all reality, you're going to lose some during the process of noodles, and unfortunately it can be a waste. Once you go through the machine, what you want to do is wait till halfway of the sheet and just gently grab the noodles. And there you have it. Long noodles. Longer than Dennis Rodman. You know, Dennis Rodman, you know? Man, y'all couldn't tell me that joke was fire, man. What? Dennis Rodman? Man, on with the show. Dennis Rodman. So anyways, pretty much you want to lightly dust some cornstarch on each portion again. Now onto the water bath. I cook mine for about 1 minute to have a more softer bite. Some people can cook it for 40 seconds to have a more chewy bite. Be sure to stir constantly so it won't stick together. And most important, taste test everyone, taste test. And once it's done, make sure you shake it, shake the excess water. Now finally the assemble time. Yeah, and that's it, guys. That's how you make it from the beginning to the end of my take on how to make it. Appreciate it if you leave a thumbs up for me, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Bye.